Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Simply Shev. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new around here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning and checking out my content. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad you've been loving these videos on how to grow your natural hair. I'm showing you a picture here of what my natural hair used to look like. Obviously you've seen my latest length check. Probably check that out if you haven't seen that my hair has grown over time. I shared in my last video about how I protective style, and it was a takedown video, and before that takedown, before my hair actually got to that stage, I maintained that hair to wear it out so that I looked half decent on the street. And in this video I'm going to go into how I maintain my protective style, how I keep it looking neat, while you're also watching my my redoing of my edges. So hopefully you will enjoy the video while you watch a visual. Okay, so as I stated before in my previous video, I do long-term protective style. That is to say, I leave my hair in crochet braids for about 7 to 8 weeks to 9 weeks. It all depends on what's happening, but I don't leave it in for less than 6 weeks at a time. Now, over this time, I am washing my hair and I'm moisturizing it, and because of our natural type will last depends on a couple of factors. As I said, if you are like myself or you are stressing to moisturize your hair because you know that moisture will lead to length retention, then your protective style probably will not last as long as it could for someone who's not moisturizing their hair. So for example, if you choose a protective style where you are prioritizing the actual hair that's protective styling your hair over your own hair, hopefully that makes sense. For example, a straightening style where you don't want to get water to revert the actual hair that you're using to protect your hair, then you might lessen moisturizing your own hair, which is not a good idea. So I tend to choose hair that matches my hair as closely as possible so that I can keep it nice and moisturized without actually affecting my crochet braid. So try to choose hair, as I said in my previous tip, that is as close to your hair as possible, and prioritize your own hair under the protective styling as much as possible. Okay, so how do you know which style is right for you? As I said in my previous video, this is all up to you. There is so much choices between crochet braids, a nice afro puff wig, tucked under. So do protect your own hair ends, okay? Don't neglect your hair. As I said, I've covered that in the other takedown video. Make sure that your own hair is your priority over the actual crochet braid that's in. Sometimes I don't even moisturize all the way down my crochet braid because they look better when they are dry, if that makes any sense. So my own hair looks better when it is moisturized, but because it is a synthetic hair, it looks better when it's dried, okay? And so sometimes I'm not putting lots of product on the actual, wasting product really on the actual crochet braid hair because it is synthetic hair. And so I just leave it alone and choose to use the products on my own hair, which I'm trying to grow. So don't neglect your own hair and be making your protective style hair, synthetic hair, look good. Okay, keep your edges, keep them nice and protected, and pay attention if your protective style is causing stress on your edges. Okay, do keep your protective style in for long enough to gain the benefits of protective styling. If you are changing your style up every 2 to 3 weeks, even if it is a protective styling, you can consider that over manipulation. But also, it's important to choose a style that's useful and best for you. I'm not going to be sitting here and saying that this style is useful for everyone, because as you can see, there's a lot of time where it don't look very, very nice. I actually enjoyed using this year during lockdown when we weren't going much places, because I was able to leave it in my hair for a lot longer. If I was going into the office, I'd be worried about my professional look, and I would be trying to style this probably every 3 weeks as opposed to every 6 weeks, which I have done in the past. The longer you leave your protective style in, the more benefits you get from it, less manipulation to your hair. Do cover your hair while you are asleep. I am guilty of this. Sometimes I fall asleep when the children fall asleep and I don't remember to do that, but do remember to cover your hair as well. Do remember to switch it up. Twist out lock, and I'm going to do a video on that because it's a really, really nice You can get your hair care, get to your hair goals mainly by using free stuff, and that's an exciting video. I'm very happy to work on that and get that out after this.